Happy holidays, everyone. This is the Decoder. And first off, I'd like to apologize to everyone. In my last video, which came out more than a month ago, I was talking like I would have another decoded message up in a week or two, and it's been about a month now. But you guys know how it is. You had Thanksgiving, and you got Christmas in a week. You got New Year's shortly after. And actually, a lot of people I know have birthdays in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, so it's been pretty busy, and I just haven't gotten enough time to make this video and get it out there. But enough about that, let's get this video started. First off, let's talk about the GTA 5 trailer. That's another bad part about getting this video out here so late, because you know when I had everything planned out in that, like my topics were just coming out there, and now they're a little older now, and I would have preferred to, address them when they're just first coming out, maybe get, some more views, but, there's nothing you can do. Anyway, it was released on Rockstar Games' YouTube account, and I've probably watched it more than a dozen times. It's one of those things, though, that you gotta watch more than once to really appreciate it. And of course, the big rumor is confirmed. The game takes place in San Andreas. Of course, GTA San Andreas being considered the best GTA game ever by a lot of people, including myself. There were 3 cities in San Andreas. There was Los Santos, which is based off of Los Angeles. There is Las Venturas, which was based off of Las Vegas. And there is San Fierro, based off of San Francisco. The only one seen in the trailer is Los Santos. But one thing to keep in mind is when San Andreas was first getting its trailers and that, the only city seen was Los Santos as well. So they could be releasing stuff a little similar to how they released stuff when San Andreas was coming out. The trailer has a pretty catchy song. In fact, I at one point found myself humming to it. And as I said, I've seen it so many times, like there's a narrator, saying a few things, and I can literally repeat that word for word without thinking. I don't know if I can still do it, but I remember I used to be able to. The narrator is probably giving you a little bit of a taste of the plot in the game. He's talking about having a family or something, and how he wants to be a good member of that family, so he moves to Los Santos to try to get away from the life he was living. There are several things in the trailer, such as pets, and houses for sale, and golfing, and also planes, which might hit at some features, such as the return of you having the ability to drive planes or fly planes or whatever you want to say, and stuff like that, which is going to be very fun. It'll bring back more of the over-the-top mood rather than the real-life or realistic mood that was in GTA 4. Which, the realistic thing's good, but, a lot of people, including myself, like the over-the-top a little bit better. The graphics look good, and just the overall game looks amazing. We still don't have a release date or anything. Not too much is known other than, the stuff in the trailer and that. But I've been hearing even some places are already accepting pre-orders for the game, so really looking forward to it. Another video I would suggest watching, maybe after the trailer or before or whatever you want to do, is the GTA 5 trailer analysis by GTA Videos. Basically, every so often, they'll pause the video and they'll point out everything that they can see. Which, of course, as I said, would hint at, some features in that. And, of course, I said I've watched it a lot, but even some stuff they were pointing out I didn't even notice. So I'd recommend checking that out. Once again, it's up to you, and that's about all I've got to say about that. Let's start talking about South Park Season 15. Now, of course, this was the last season coming in that Matt and Trey were signed with Comedy Central to make. In fact, there are even rumors midway through the season because of the way the episodes went, made it seem like the show was wrapping up, but it's not. They signed for 2 more seasons, and after that they signed for an additional 3 seasons, meaning they're signed for 5 more seasons up to season 20. I think that would be through 2016, so that's pretty good. Some of my favorite episodes, well, first off, I like the season finale. What was the name of it? The Poor Kid. That was the name of the episode. I think that's my favorite one of the season. For the second time in South Park history, Kenny died at the very last minute of the season. And this is the 4th time Kenny only died once this season. I read those facts off of Wikipedia. I actually don't keep tally of that, but I apologize if I'm wrong about that. Oh, another really good episode was Broadway Brodown. Oh yeah, and the History Channel Thanksgiving, their Thanksgiving special of the season, that was hilarious too. Another one of my favorites from this season is actually the first episode, Human Sent iPad. Those are probably my 4 favorites of the season. And here's a little thing that's strange. 3 of those episodes, are 3 of the 4 final episodes of the season, so I think the episodes got a bit better as the season went along, I guess you can say. It's hard to pick a favorite, though. They're all hilarious, and I would suggest watching them. The 2 episodes in between the mid-season break, sort of like what I do, except theirs is a bit longer, but, it's a whole show. You're Getting Old and Asperger's are those 2 episodes I was saying earlier, that made it seem like the series was coming to an end, and it seemed like they were going to make some changes. I read that Matt and Trey said straight out, we were sort of addressing some of the things we didn't really like about the show. And I also read somewhere that they were originally supposed to change the format, but when they went to go write the episodes, they weren't coming out as good as they wanted. But in the very last minute of the episode, everything just goes right back to normal. I apologize to everyone who didn't see those episodes, because I just sort of spoiled it for you. TMI and Crack Baby Athletic Association were 2 very good episodes as well. Now, if I had to pick a least favorite episode, which is really hard because they're all pretty good and they're all worth watching, but if I had to pick a least favorite, I'd have to say Base to Mouth. Like I said, it's still a good episode and it's still worth watching, but if I had to pick one episode that, I don't know, that I didn't like as much as the rest, I would have to pick that one. The rest of the episodes this season are Funny Bot, Royal Pudding, City Sushi, The Last of the Mexicans, and 1%. Of course, those would be the episodes excluding my 4 favorites. The one I stated was my least favorite out of them. The mid-season break where they almost made those changes, and the 2 other episodes I mentioned that were really good too. I think they're all up on SouthParkStudios.com, the official South Park website. You can watch them on there, or you can wait for a rerun on Comedy Central, either one. Like I said, another fantastic season by Matt Parker and Trey Stone, the creators of South Park. I would suggest watching the whole season. It's another great season. And that's all I've got to say. Once again, happy holidays, everyone. Thank you for watching. This has been The Decoder. I'll see you guys later.